So guys, boom! As you guys know, ESPN finally released the new rankings for the new 2023 high school class. I mean, so much to take a look at. DJ Wagner, he's still remaining as a #1 player. Robert Dillingham, he moved up to number 5. Mikey Williams is moving down again. Bronny James moving up. Guys, so much to take away from the new 2023 ESPN high school basketball ranking. And guys, really quick, the question of the day: how do you guys personally feel about this new ESPN 2023 high school basketball rankings? What do you think about DJ Wagner at number 1? What do you think about Mikey Williams dropping down again? What do you think about Bronny at number 40, Robert at number 5? Who are some players that you guys feel like deserve much more respect? Comment down below, guys, and let's get a great basketball conversation started. ESPN, like I said, they just released the new rankings for the 23 class, and as you can see here, DJ Wagner, I don't know how you feel about DJ Wagner personally, still remaining at that #1 spot, but to be honest, I personally can't be mad at that. I think his junior year was pretty respectable. Yes, he had his ups and downs, but I definitely feel like DJ Wagner, he finished his year pretty strong. And just the game against Sierra Canyon, and also only losing about 2 games throughout the entire season, just the way that he was carrying that team and showing up whenever it mattered most, and also averaging close to 20 points a game, pretty respectable, and also improving his overall game. Guys, I generally feel like you can't be mad at him being #1. Kwame Evans at number 2, Mackenzie Mcbugball at number 3, Holland at number 4. 3 players that I feel like also could be in the conversation of being the best player in the class. Kwame Evans, as you guys know, he's definitely a player that a lot of people generally have mixed opinions about, solely on the fact that he does play with Montverde Academy. I mean, if you just look at the numbers, he's not out here dropping 20 points a game. He's not out here dropping 25, 30. He plays with other nationally ranked players on his team, so it is kind of hard to judge a player like Kwame Evans. But next year, if he does decide to stay with Montverde Academy, 6'9", 200 pounds, it's definitely going to be interesting just to see how he's going to be the leader of that team. Same thing with Mackenzie Mcbugball. He's kind of on the opposite end, playing for more of a public high school at Gill State Bernards. He also averaged about 20 points this past year for his junior year. He's also a player that's already committed to Duke. Holland at number 4. You guys already know how I personally feel about Holland. I mean, just being from Duncanville, Texas, taking his team to a state championship and also winning that game and also winning the junior player of the year according to Max Preps. Guys, this man can pretty much do everything on the floor. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely was expecting Ron to actually be the new #1 player, but top 5, you really can't be mad at that. There's a lot of interchangeable players that I feel like could be that #1 player. He's in the conversation, so like I said, you generally can't be mad at that. Robert Dillingham at number 5. I know previously Robert Dillingham was ranked as the 6th ranked player. The fact that he averaged close to 30 points a game for Donda Academy, and also a program that a lot of people was having mixed opinions about. And guys, like I said before, the fact that Robert Dillingham and Donda Academy, they're playing a national schedule, unlike a lot of these players on these lists, have to take that into effect. And the fact that, like I said, he's averaging close to 30 points, you generally can't be mad at that. Arguably one of the most unguardable players in the entire country. I like Robert Dillingham definitely being a top 5 player. GG Jackson, he's another player that is definitely new to the party as far as people putting him in the conversation of being that #1 player. I did hear from D-Rich TV that GG Jackson is definitely considering, I believe, reclassifying up to that 23 class. Not sure how accurate that is, but definitely a player to watch out for. Sean Stewart, Mookie Cook, Omaha Bilu, definitely players that I kind of look at similar to Kwame Evans, playing on some great teams. Simeon Wilcher, guys, not gonna lie, Simeon Wilcher, if you don't know who this man Simeon Wilcher is, I beg you, please do not leave this video without tapping into this man Simeon Wilcher. Definitely the truth, has an all-around upside game, can do pretty much everything on the floor, attacks the basket fairly nicely, great overall point guard, and as great as the players that's actually above him, not gonna lie, I generally thought he would be a little bit higher on this list, but hey, top 10, you generally can't be mad at that. JJ Taylor at number 12. How do you guys actually feel about JJ Taylor at number 12? He's another player that also played for Donda Academy. I will say that JJ Taylor did have an inconsistent year, so that could be an effect of exactly why he dropped. But how do you guys actually feel about JJ Taylor at number 12? Shout out to players like Justin Edwards, Isaiah Collier, Kanan Cargyle, Bay Fall, Jacoby Walters, Highland Boswell. I've been trying to tell you guys about Kylan Boswell. I know a lot of people had mixed opinions about him transferring to AZ Compass Prep. I'm not going to say that he had a dominant season for AZ Compass. It definitely was an adjustment, also playing with some other great players. But overall, I generally feel like he's going to excel once he goes to college at Arizona. Now, Mikey Williams. Mikey Williams is officially ranked as the 21st ranked player in the entire country. Before I even dive deep into this, guys, yes, I'm talking to you. How do you guys actually feel about Mikey Williams being ranked as the 21st ranked player in the entire country? A lot of people had mixed opinions about how his season actually went. I generally feel like he had a good season. I would honestly give his season an A, and I feel like the only reason why they actually dropped him down in the rankings is solely on the fact that his team just wasn't winning as much games as maybe some other players on this list. But I mean, like I said, you got to take into effect the teammates that he's playing with. Like I said, we're always going to see the good that he does, but we're always going to see the bad that he does as well. We're not going to sit here and see the bad that a player like a Bayfall or Isaiah Collier is going to do. So like I said, you kind of have to judge Mikey in a different microscope. 21, how do I personally feel about that? I don't know. I generally feel like Mikey should be somewhere in that 15 range. I feel like that's generally respectable, but I mean, only 6 spots off. The man's going to the NBA, I'm pretty sure. So shout out to Mikey for that. Aiden Holloway at number 27. I honestly was expecting him to jump up in the rankings at least just a little bit, somewhere in that top 20 to 22 range. I mean, the fact that he was producing for a program like La Lumiere, who plays other great programs like IMG, Montverde on a consistent basis, and the fact that he was also producing, I don't know, I generally feel like 27 is a little low, but you honestly can't be mad at that. Now, Bronny James, number 40. This man, Bronny James, is officially ranked as the 40th ranked player in the country. I believe before this, he was somewhere in that 40 range. I think it was like 43, 44, 45. I have to double check. But Bronny James at number 40. How do you personally feel about this that's watching this with no socks? How do you feel about Bronny James actually being number 40? I'm not gonna lie. Bronny James had a pretty solid year. Hey, I don't want to be that guy, but you guys know I'm always going to be honest with every player on this list. I generally feel like number 40 is just a little bit too high for Bronny James. I am recording this on the spot, but yeah, I generally feel like number 40 is a little high. I can't say that he had a better year than a lot of players that's actually under him, but I mean, at the end of the day, I know they kind of rank these rankings off of the potential, and if it is off of potential, you can't be mad and say Bronny James doesn't have the 40th ranked potential to be the player that is expected of him down the line. So number 40, if we're looking at it in that sense, I honestly respect it, but I don't know, I generally feel like there's a lot of improvements that Bronny can make overall in his game, just being more aggressive, take initiative more in these games, be a little bit more proactive, and also just lead his Sierra Canyon team to more wins, just being more of an overall leader. I think Bronny James generally had a pretty respectable year. 42, Isaiah Coleman. Please tap into this man. This man is definitely the truth. I can't really say too much, but I know he also is playing Bronny James tomorrow night, so I will be covering that game as well, probably dropping a video tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday about that. So definitely tap into number 42, Isaiah Coleman. Jeremy Fears, another great overall point guard who is headed to Michigan State. Please tap into him. And there's a lot of other players on this list that I feel like doesn't get their respect, like KJ Lewis, Rayvon Griffith, Wesley Yates. The fact that Trey Green at number 88, I generally don't understand that. I mean, I think he had a pretty solid year at Link Academy, but I can't just keep dragging ESPN for that. But yeah, and guys, what the heck happened to this man, Traymon Parker? I literally was about to be done and wrapping up this video, but Traymon Parker, where in the who is this man, Traymon Parker? I mean, I don't see him on this top 100 list. Am I missing this? Where's Jazier Jackson? Y'all think Jazier Jackson should be on this list? But Traymon Parker, I feel like, bro, it's like, come on, there's not 100 players in the country that is better than this man, Traymon Parker. But I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. Guys, you watching this video, if you made it to the end, please drop a comment down below. Let's get this video engaging. I want to know your opinions down below. What are your opinions on DJ Wagner remaining the #1 player? Mikey Williams at number 21. Robert Dillingham at number 5. Bronny James' ranking. Other players that you guys feel like deserve much more respect. Just comment down below, guys. And let's get a great basketball conversation started, guys. If you made it to the end, please drop a like, guys. It helps the channel out in so many ways. Subscribe to the channel if you're new video tomorrow. Join the Discord down below. Follow me on Instagram at JuiceMadeHoops with the extra S at the end. Yeah, with all that being said, it's been another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.